Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Ngasidi CUET PG gi MA Education ki portion tawridugi part 6 oidoini ko. So ngasigi topic sina koi learning and motivation neba. Learning and motivation sida yauriba subtopic sing se kai kai no haragadi akhoi concept of learning and motivation ko. Then mathakana factor of influencing learning, personal and environmental. Then koi technique of enhancing learners motivations. SR theory of learning, that is Thorndike, then classical conditioning Pavlovki, then operant conditioning theory of learning Skinnergi, and Gestalt theory of learning Kohlergi ko. Then cognitive theory Piaget, social development theory Vygotsky, behaviorism and constructivism and eclectic approach ne. Sigi subtopic since ne ba part 6 da yauri ko. But ngasigi sina ikoina tawduri sina concept of learning and motivation, factor influencing learning, personal and environmental, technique of enhancing learner motivation, and akogi Thorndike ki SR theory of learning sigi topic subtopic mari sini ko tawdoisa mathangi part ta remaining sing se loin tawrani ngasigi sina sigi topic mari sikaktini ko. So ahanbada akogi concept of learning sa yengse. Concept of learning hai sikarino snip. Learning sikarino snip. Learning sikarino hargadi is the process of acquiring new knowledge, skills, behavior, attitudes, or understanding through experience, study, or teaching them. Haibadi akoina learning hairagada karino haraga akoigi new knowledge acquire toba skill, behavior, attitude, understanding mayam ama acquire toba snip. So sigi knowledge, skill, attitude, behavior se accurate kamaina tawni hairagadi koi experience ki through dagi oibe ai koi na study tawraga oibe ai natraga amada takthokpada teaching tawbadu oibe ai ko aduna learning si karino hairagadi koi acquiring new knowledge, skill, behavior, attitudes or understanding ne ko that it lead to the relatively permanent change in an individual's behavior or knowledge base, allowing them to adopt and grow within their environment. So learning sina khoida kai tawhali haragadi khoida permanent changes ama mioi badugi permanent mioi badu da permanently ahong ama puhalak pangam halle ko mioi badugi behavior do oigera knowledge base to oigera mioi da permanent change ama puhalak pangam me ko learning sina. Then mathangdana characteristic of learning. Characteristic of learning see lifelong process ni. Learning is a lifelong process ni ko. Learning occurs throughout the life and it is not confined at the specific stage or age ni. Learning see akoina wom dagina tom phau da hai ni ko learning se lifelong process ni loiba naiba na table learning tawbada ko akhoi school da kara ka tamba du khakta learning na table even akhoi day to day life ta thoiba mayam akhoi experience da tawri mayam se si mayam am su loina learning ne learning se akhoi throughout the life tawgani and specific oi by stage or na traga chahi hi khoi chahi sidagi na si fauda learning se tawgadam ni si hendo aga learning loi haibana leiti learning se throughout our life sida the lifelong process amane ko learning se. Second na change in behavior or knowledge. Learning change in behavior or knowledge ne its result in observable or internet change in an individual's particular miyoi da observable natraga internet changes ama puhalapa ngame miyoi badugi behavior or knowledge da changes ama puhalapa ngame ko learning sina. Then mathang tana active process. Learning is an active process ne. Kamaina no hargadi learner actively engage in acquiring and processing new information. Kuina passive process ta tawragadi learning is effective oiba ngamde. Active process ta tawba taragadi learning is effectively mioi akoigi angang singdu oigera ni individuals to oigera makoida actively new information process tawba da acquire tawba da makoida hena haidi kan hai yam thuna kana bu por pangam ko haidi understand o hen mangam halle. Mathangdana experience based. Learning is influenced by direct experience, observation or instruction. Learning se koi direct experience dagi oigera observation dagi oigera instruction dagi oigera koi influence to hon banga me ko characteristics se koi myamam lei ko learning i badaina point si khaktang pi bane koi id exam se MCQ oina tawdoini na ko. Mathangdana koi types of learning. Types of learning se koi formal learning, informal learning and amana koi non formal learning haina malai ko non formal se in haphodre ko sigi sida non formal learning haina magale. So ahan bada formal learning. Formal learning haidi kaino hagadi khoi school college or university da ko formally uniform ama nairaga khoina teaching and learning process tawbase asise khoina formal learning haib. Informal learning haragadi akhoi day to day experience day to day activities myam amdagi khoina learn tawba khangak bangambase asisi ko khoina informal learning haib. Non formal learning haraga akhoi distance learning sniko. Then experiential learning haraga akhoi hands on experience or reflection dagi learn tawbasina experiential learning hara. Then mathangdana social learning. Social learning sina learning through observation dagi oigera interaction dagi oigera collaboration with other oigera adumaina tawraga learn tawbasina social learning nebako. So non formal learning haina sulai non formal learning sina akhoi distance learning kai kai se non formal learning nebako. Mathangdana akhoi concept of motivation. Motivation ki concept. Motivation is an internal drive or external influence that initiate direct and sustained goal oriented behavior. Motivation se akhoi internal drive am oibe ai natraga external dagi influence oirakpe ai ko aduna maram oiraga akhoi da initiate natraga akhoi goal oriented behavior ama lakhalak pangam mane haibadi aina CUET exam si pass tawni manung dagi ai si pass tawgena masana drive ama lakpase internal drive ne ko aduga khoina kaigumba aina CUET se pass tawdradi ai PG exam PG se admission tawba phangaro eduna ai hoda da bayade haiba posina karino mapandagi lakpa external influence amane ko. Then it is a force that compels individuals to act whether to achieve a goal, satisfy a need, or pursue an interest ne ba behavior ama akhoi motivation ama motivation haraga je akhoi individuals to da akhoi mangoda adi interest ama goal achieve tawna ba ko mangoda adi drive ama lakhalak padune. So siki motivation hariba wahai se kadai digi lakpano haragadi Latin word dagi derive tawrakpane motivation hai se ko Latin word movere haiba MOVERE haibane movere haradi kaino haragadi to move haibane ko koigi motivation harisi Latin word dagi derive tawrakpani movere haiba wahai sidagi ko haibadi to move haibane ba. Then mathangdana characteristic of motivation. Motivation ki characteristic mase goal directed oigani ko motivation sina focus on achieving specific outcome natraga objective amada focus to honbada mana mateng pangani goal directed oini ko. Then dynamic oigani motivation se ko haibadi it can change over time based on circumstance experience or need. Circumstance experience or need ki matung ina mase changes o helakpa yaiba motivation se ko ahong bala khalakpa yaiba. Or motivation se khoi gi intrinsic motivation oibe ai or natroka extrinsic motivation oibe ai ko haibadi intrinsic haraga ni manung dagi phawhalakpa extrinsic haraga na mapalam dagi influence ohelakpa dune ko. Then mathang dana influence behavior ama influence to hanba ai ba motivation sina it determine the intensity direction and persistence of actions ne. Then universal it appeal to the individuals but varied intensity and form ne ko. Then akhoi types of motivation like types of motivation se extra intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation se ahanbada su haikibado haibadi akhoi manung dagi isagi internal oina tawning ba powerful se asina akhoi intrinsic motivations ne haibadi comes from within the individual drive by the personal satisfaction gi oigera curiosity gi oigera joy gi oigera apamba gi oigera ko asigi potsa intrinsic motivation aina manung dagi isana tawninga pa manung dagi phawrak potsa asis intrinsic motivation ko web ko. Then extrinsic motivation haragana koigi mapalom dagi influence oiba some factor amana like reward no oigera recognition no oigera avoidance of punishment oigera punishment phangdadabane no oigera adugumba dagi tawrakpa sa asisna extrinsic haibadi example amana haragana haidi angang amana homework se ai heita bayade na manung dagi topic se khangda bayade na koi thi rago homework se ireba aduna kaino intrinsic motivation nan angang amana homework si oza ai si homework si tawdadi oza na ibu furani haina kiraga tawbo homework se asina extrinsic motivation ne bako. Then mathangna akhoi factor influencing learning personal oigera environmental factor oigera haibadi akhoi learning da influence oihenba factors se personal factor oibasu yai environment factor oibasu yai ko. So ahanbada akhoi personal factors han yengse. So personal factors da haisi personal factor da laidoise cognitive ability, motivation, emotion, learning style, physical health, self discipline, age and development stage ne. So cognitive abilities na kogi personal factor kamaino ohelino learning da hairagadi akhoi ki cognitive is akhoi ki intelligence, memory, attention spans, problem solving skill mayam se asi mayam sina so akhoi ki learning da yam important oiber role play tawine aduna kai dawra asigi akhoi ki personal factor amu ohele akhoi ki learning to matam da influence ohele akhoi ki cognitive abilities na ko. The next is motivations. Motivation se akhoi internet drive oibi ai natraga interest oibi ai ko subject gi aduna so akhoi directly affect ohele akhoi na study tawba matam da so aduna motivation si chu akhoi learning da influence ohele. Another amana emotion se akhoi positive emotion oibi ai ko if akhoi da positive emotion le ba confidence and curiosity hen batara gadi akhoi learning se enhance to hon bangam hena focus to hon ba hena pen afaba pur halakpa ngame. If particular angang do the negative emotion like it may be the anxiety oigera, it may be the fear oigera, akiba fear gumba anxiety gumba lay taragadi particular topics se haidi khangba the waga ni ngam we hinder we hendoi ne ba duna ko so duna emotion ji maru oi emotion se jo ko learning the influence we hele positive emotion oigera negative emotion oigera asichina su hinder we hele if positive emotion oi taragadi asina positively purani negative emotion oi taragadi negatively chakidoi ne ba ko. Next is learning style. Learning style si particular angang se khoina visual to oigera auditory to oigera reading writing kinesthetic oigera asigumba mayam ama layeba learning style sing se asisina so angang sing the learning the influence ohele ko haibadi angang amana ozana just akhoi paraga takpa du da mana khangba ngamba watba angang oi taragadi angang duna khoina visually projector tawra takthok pi ba taragadi angang du ne hena khangba hen basu lay haibadi angang amaga se akhoi learning style si mana de ko khara amana visual de hena haibe ai khara amana taraga ta su hena haibe ai khara amana iraga su remember taw bai chang helakpe ai asiguma mayam am lay ko. Then mathang amana self discipline ko self discipline sina karino haragadi angang sing sida ko haidi time management, organizations, study habit asi mayam ama su kai dawra angang sing sida makhoi effective learning ama ohe pu halakane haibadi isada time management hai hengadami study habit ama thamangadami asi mayam sina su learning gi influence ama ohe lakpa yai ko self discipline oi basina. Then age and development stage ki haibadi akoina learning capability se akoigi sahi matang akoigi stage matang ju makha pulip angang dugi cognitive and emotional development dugi stage dugi matungi na neba koina teaching and learning process tau duise ko class 3 gi angang amada class 10 gi topic takshan ba yab na te adugi level adugi stage ki matungi na learning sing se koina provide tau bi doina if akoina adugu mai na provide tau bi batara ga di learning se yana hena enhance to halakpa ngam ne ba ko effective learning po halakpa ya ga ne ba. Next amana koigi environmental factor. Environmental factor dana akhoi family background leirani, education environment leirani, peers laigani, learning resource laigani, physical environment laigani, cultural influence laigani mayam ama leiko. So ahan bada family background. Family background sina akhoi learning the kamai influence ehli haragadi. Parents support leiba, socio-economic status leiba, cultural value influence toba. Asigumba learning opportunities and attitudes mayam leiba se asisina su learning the influence ohen bangam. If particular family to the parents na support to the taragadi parents e khana chaina leiraga angang gi la angang si karama mong da like pare mo khangjan bi da taragadi angang si to baga ka duin if family background is supportive for taragadi angang si afaba lambi da puhalak pe ai learning di amna influence helaga learning di amna phana puhalak pe ai ko mathang dana education environment haibadi quality of teaching resource curriculum classroom mayam se dynamic oigada mem dynamic adi change ahong badu constant oina ngasi taw hadi sahi mamanga gi mamang da tawkiba teaching and learning process to dum adumaina sahi manga gi matung da su taw taragadi hadi effective yam oira pongam oi matam gi matung ina ahong ba dum purakada me ko adu duna khoida learning the impact o helak pe influence o helak pe ko ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯟꯅꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯇꯤꯆꯔ ꯁꯦꯟꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯥꯛꯑꯝꯃꯦꯕ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯇꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯨꯗꯦꯟ ꯁꯦꯟꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗꯅꯦꯕ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯔꯤꯁꯣꯔꯁꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯒꯁꯦ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯖꯦꯛꯇꯔ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯇꯥꯛꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯕ ꯀꯣ ꯁ꯭ꯃꯥꯔꯠ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯥꯁꯔꯨꯝꯒ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯔꯅꯤꯡꯗ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯐꯅ ꯏꯝꯄꯦꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯍꯜꯂꯛꯑꯦ ꯐꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯇꯤቭ ꯏꯝꯄꯦꯛ ꯂꯥꯛꯍꯜꯂꯛꯄ ꯌꯥꯏꯑꯕꯀꯣ ꯃꯊꯪꯗꯅ ꯄꯤꯌꯔꯁ interaction with classmates ꯀꯨꯝꯕ friends ꯀꯨꯝꯕ ꯁꯤꯁꯤꯅꯁꯨ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯗ motivate ꯑꯣꯔ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ discourage learning ꯇꯧꯍꯟꯕ ꯌꯥꯏꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ social context ꯁꯤꯗ depend ꯇꯧꯒꯅꯦꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯗꯤꯗ ꯐꯣꯀꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯇꯤꯚꯂꯤ ꯄꯨꯈꯤꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯁꯨ ꯄꯥꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯐꯥꯎꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯀ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯇꯤꯟꯅꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯦ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯇ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯦꯁ ꯂꯩꯇꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯣꯝꯗ ꯗꯤꯁꯀꯔꯦꯖ ꯇꯧꯔ ꯆꯠꯇꯣꯏꯅꯦ ꯂꯔꯅꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯗꯤꯁꯀꯔꯦꯖ ꯇꯧꯔ ꯆꯠꯈꯤꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕꯀꯣ Next is learning resource. Learning resource se di khoi textbook, technology, libraries and other learning materials si mayam dan chu khoi da learn haidi enhance the whole learning process da ko. Then mathang dana physical environment. Physical environment se khoi factors mayam lai like noise oigera, lightning oigera, sitting arrangement oigera, ventilation ki effect oigera ko asi mayam na so khoi physical environment da su effect o hel learning process se ko. Then mathang dana cultural influence to honba. Cultural influence na kamaina no haragadi khoida di cultural norms values and language ma'am ama layib asi singsina so khoi gi learning se adi learning da khoi gi preference and priority pi halib aduna sep to halib haibadi cultural norms values and language singsina ne khoi gi learning kumba sida su sep to honba da mateng pang halib ko haibadi angang singsida adom da su hene influence o hen be ya helib ko dan mathang da na khoi gi technique of enhancing learning motivation ko technique sina khoi ahan bada clear goal ama set tawgadami relevant content provide tawgadami ko encourage autonomy foster positive learning then make learning interactive utilize teaching technique then build social connection then encourage self reflection हाइबदी अखोई क्लियर सेट गोल हारगदी अखोई स्पेसिफिक मेजरमेंट अचीवमेंट लर्निंग हाइदी चम चम हाइब ऑब्जेक्टिव अमा हान अखोइना सेट तौगदामेबको अखोई learning motivation porake haragadi ko then mathang dana relevant oiba content provide to biba angang sida kogi content se kogi related to real life application on a traga learner gi interest ki matung ina content se provide to bi kadam ne then mathang dana encourage autonomy learner sida mawi masana adi learning se choice choose to honaba topic na traga project or method se makoi masana khalhalnabagi opportunity ama ko makoi autonomy ama provide to bi kadam ne ko angang sing sida nan mathang dina khoi foster positive learning ko positive learning foster tawdoisi kamaina no haragadi khoina adi supportive and inclusive space am angang sing sida provide tawba so angang sing sida makoi se masana se express tawpa matam da khoi ji chaibira oi wazana khoi ji support torokani haibagi ama environment ama safe set tawba mathau tae ba ko haide khoina positive learning environment ama set tawba kan haibadi angang amana question hangakpa matamda akiba phawhal loidoine asise khoi ozagi role oidoine ba angang sida kamaina aidi akhoi gi behavior si kamaina angang da so tawdoino angang na question hangakpa matamda khoi ji ki makoi ji ki tra ki roidra haibe pose asise develop to hangadam ne ba ko dan mathang dana make learning interactive learning se interactive for hengadami ko group activity gumba discussion gumba project gumba si gumba mayam ama se yamne haina increase the haidi increase the bi kadame engagement si gumba engagement sing se da ko then utilize teaching technique mayam ama lai ko asigi teaching technique mayam se koina utilize to bi kadami oza duna haibadi akhoi gi abada akhoi combine akhoi visual auditory natraga akhoi gi khutna activity tawgera mangonda project da kapthokera natraga tape thadokera sigumba mayam ama technique mayam ama teaching method mayam am lay asi mayam sing se makhan gi teaching method se sijinaraga angang da like takpi gadamne bako then mathang dana social connection ama build to hongadaba angang sing sida हाइबदी सोशल कनेक्शन बिल्ड तौहनबसिना खोइदा अगांगसिंगसिदा को पॉजिटिव ओइबे इफेक्ट मैम लाखलगने फलाई हाई इचम चम हाय कांदा खोइगी पीयर कोलैबोरेशन गुम्बा टीम वर्क गुम्बा से असि सिगुम्बा से यामदा बूस्ट तौबिगदमे मखोइदा गोल शेयर तौहनबदगा मते हाइदी प्रोजेक्ट वर्क का तौहनबा अमगा से पुंजन हल्लगा तौहनबा से सिगुम्बसिना खोइदा हाइदी अगांगसिंगसिदा सोशल कनेक्शन से हेंगल हलबा ngameबको dan mathangisina खोइगी encourage self reflection हाइब हाइबदी लर्नर सिना मसाना तौखिबा पोस्ट आई प्रोग्रेस ओइरबा आइगी गोल सि सेट ओइरिब्रा ओइद्रिबा haibado adu masana masase reflection to hannabai damakta encourage to hangadamne bako like khogi sumaina self reflection se encourage to hange haidi ko encourage to hange haragadi khoina tools ma'am sizinabe journal o henpe ai natraga project tracker gumba self assessment quiz gumba sigumba ma'am sizinaraga so angang sing sida self reflection se encourage to hanbe yae bako then mathang jina khoigi SR theory of learning that is Thorndike kiniko. So SR theory of learning se SR hai se stimulus and response theory hai bane si se Edward Thorndike na puthorak pani ko. So MCQ ni na SR theory of learning se kanam puthorak pano khangjan gada me Thorndike ko SR gi full form si kari no stimulus and response si gumba dum khangjan gada me ko manung hakchan ne yam khangbai su mathau ta de ko si gi si de. Then mana khoi gi explain daw dui shi kari explain daw no haragadi. It explains how the learning occurs through the formations of associations between the stimuli and response. And it's pull laga koi da learning sa kamai na occur jo bono hai bado adu du ne mana kaino taw holisi khangha ta isi ko. Then it considered the earliest behavior theory of learning ko theory of learning ge earliest ni ahan ba puthorok pani haina dum consider to we ba ma se ko. Then magi primary law ma'am haidi law of Thorndike lay primary law and secondary law haina lay ko primary law the law of readiness law of exercise law of effect lay then secondary law the law of recency law of multiple response law of attitude and law of associative shifting haina lay. Then mathangdana khoigi sigi SR theory of learning sigi implication in learning reinforcement positive reinforcement like positive reinforcement is reward kumba ko reward kumba sina khoigi encourage the repetition of desired behaviors kumba ni ko then behavior shaping to hanbada sumating pangi then practice and repetition da sumating pangi ko then feedback so minor implication ma'am like reinforcement gi ko. So khoigi sigi se behavior shaping has na kamaina no haragadi by controlling stimuli and response behavior can shape over the time. Khoigi behavior se haidi control tawraga stimuli and response se khoina control tawraga behavior se matam tamna behavior ama shape to honbada mateng panghallibu ko. Then practice and repetition. Regular practice is essential for strengthening the learn connection. Learn connection to hange haragadi khoina regular practice to ma mathau tai. And immediate feedback sina khoida kai kan hali haragadi whose response are correct oibra incorrect oibra haibado khangan mangam me mana pi kriba response si khang chumibra lalibra haiba se immediate feedback sina akoida haidi effect ohen mangam halle bako. So ngasi ki oina sida loisalla. Thank you.